Dr. Morse, thanks so much for your work. Thank you for that too, by the way. And this is Perry. Hi, let me see. I was prescribed an MRI recently for tension like headaches. Well, you know this much. If you have tension, you don't need an MRI to see. It could show you things you might not want to see, or might show you things you should know. But it's enough to say, get your eyes too, so you can look at the head area with that and correlate that with the MRI, because you can do that, by the way. You know, when you're working with truth, you can correlate it all the way down the road. It all fits together. So you can correlate your iris pictures with your MRIs to see where you might have, because weaknesses don't show up on MRIs or any other scan. That's the exclusiveness of the iris. But when they're to the point where they're so dark in the eye, that can be a brain lesion. You can pick those up. But tension is the lymph. Tension is pressure. And you don't want pressure headaches too much. Now, a lot of headaches, particularly frontal, are stomach problems. But pressure from back here, this is the lymph system that builds up pressure in the cerebellum and pressure up in the sinuses and stuff like this. You got to clean your bowels up and get your sinuses running. Get this mucus hydrated so it can start pouring out of your nose and head area. If you get pressure, candle your ears and see if that'll help pull some pressure off. But you might have to do a few, 3 or 4 candles per ear, and maybe more often a little bit, just to help relieve some pressure while you're working on it. Go after your GI tract big time, and go with raw foods, of course, and the fruits, and also with the GI broom and other herbs, and then go after your kidneys and adrenals. These are all the things that lead to the pressures that build up in the body. Why? Because they deal with acids, and acids create water, create edemic needs, and of course when you start getting pressure from this, what happens? Not good. You've got your glaucomic pressures, you've got all kinds of lymphatic pressures there that are not good. And this pressure in the neck and the head, and of course behind it, deterioration because it's acid pressure. Yep. I called my neurologist today to get the results. They saw nothing that could be related to my headaches. However, they found I have a very little cavernous angioma. It's a malformed bunch of blood vessels. A lot of people have those. But with that said, I would look at my parathyroid gland and strengthen up my walls and, take care of the integrity of my vascular system, because you wouldn't want to have an aneurysm in these weaker areas here. Somewhere at the right part of my head. Don't know exactly where for a moment. But you know what? I've had not enough people with these ganglias to work on them long enough to see if the body will chew them up and redo them. But I know that the body runs new neural pathways all the time. So it must be interesting, though, to go after this. Don't know. He doesn't know whether it's genetic or if required in my childhood. It doesn't matter. It would have a genetic twist to it, though, because that's a driving force of these formations of things. And of course, with genetics, then it depends on the type of diet. And generally, when we're young, we're stuck some kind of milky dairy products or some type of Similac or some type of crappy baby food that's all high protein, high lipids. Just the very thing you don't need for any type of problem like this, because they're all calcium suckers or leachers. Well, that then loses the integrity of tissue and growth tissue and stuff like that. So you might look at your endocrine gland, see what else you can correlate with that, get your eye pictures, and that's how you can correlate all these things. I don't know how to feel about that. I guess they won't purpose me any surgery, as it doesn't cause me any trouble, and the malformation is very small. I would deal with that through my body's own health channels. Get yourself cleaned out, because pressure is an acidosis event. Again, the same type of thing that we're all talking about. It just has different faces. And pressure is one of the faces of acidosis. Stagnation of lymph. I was wondering, what were your thoughts on that? Is that possible to regenerate such a thing? And I'm saying absolutely. At the very least, you want to strengthen your vascular walls. These places tend to be weaker areas and things. So strengthen, and in that, the body might consume and realign or whatever it needs to do. The body forms them as it reforms them and changes them around. It's amazing. But it's sure worth going for because you want to get rid of the pressure at the very least, because that's not good. That kind of pressure leads to cell deterioration, and that kind of thing then leads to the MACDs, the honey, where'd I park the car, that sort of thing. Also, can I take tinctures such as brain and nerve number 2 and healthier upper circuit? I would do that because they strengthen tissue. And the circulation formula strengthens circulatory cells, the cells of the vascular walls. So absolutely, I would look at my parathyroid too, just out of the sake of that, even your pituitary. Thank you, massive love from Belgium. Same here, my friend. Back at you. All right, so I think I'm going to leave off there. I will come and finish a bunch of these, try to really catch up here. And that could be a good thing. Ooh, I've got this chart too. I got to take this home and do this. Well, with great love to you guys. I just love each and every one of you. I'm proud to have the privilege of working with a lot of you guys. I'm excited about our new future together, what we're putting together. You guys you don't let grass grow under your feet. I get that one. So really doing well. And so I'm so excited for the future, and maybe this will be just a little better place for people to run off their stuff, and you guys can have a far greater experience in life. For those souls that are ready to come home, this is your time. So get it together, get yourself, be a way-shower. Start getting your consciousness right, learn to work in the moment, get control of that mind, get your body balanced out and healthy. You might have to balance out with foods, getting too high on the energy with foods, and spiritually, it's really a rocket. But, there's a lot of cool things coming and a lot of not so cool things coming. So I love you all. Have a great afternoon, and we'll get some more of these videos out to you. Thanks for being patient with us. Thank you so much. But remember, if you have a problem and it's serious, don't wait till I answer it. Give us a jingle, please. That way we can help you, and you won't have to succumb to something that we could have helped you earlier with. So we love you all. May the blessings be.